Our speaker today is wrapping up the Level 5 Elective Project. Leading in your volunteer organization, the purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of his or her experience serving as a leader. In a volunteer organization, Tina has been a leader in District 68 in some capacity or another since shortly after joining her first club nearly 13 years ago. She has served in 5 of the club officer positions and has been in district leadership during 6 separate years, serving as assistant area director, division director, district PR manager, district director, and intermediate past district director, and has continued to support District 68 in her role as past district director since. Today, she will reflect on her overall time in Toastmasters leadership, but will you also share some specifics about her role as VPE in our club for this past year? Please welcome Tina with her presentation entitled A Time to Serve. Tina?
Make me a servant, humble and meek. Lord, let me lift up those who are weak. And may the prayer of my heart always be, make me a servant, make me a servant, make me a servant today. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, I have always loved serving in church or whatever organization I belong to, and Toastmasters is no different. I have enjoyed my time in service in Toastmasters. As Cammie mentioned, I hit the ground running with Toastmasters and started serving in leadership roles within just a few months after I've joined. In fact, there was only 1 year in the entire almost 13 years of my being in Toastmasters that I wasn't actually a club officer, but at the time, I was still past district governor or past district director and was still serving in that capacity. So I've never really stepped away from leadership completely. But for today, I'm supposed to talk to you about my experience as the club VPE over the past 6 months. And so I'll share some specifics about that, but I think it's more important that I also share with you some of my district experiences. So when I decided to do this speech, I asked all of our club members to fill out a 360-degree evaluation on me. And I wanted to share some of the responses I got because it's always helpful to know what you did well and what you didn't do well. And you guys were so generous in your comments. It was wonderful to read that. And I also appreciated the areas that you told me I could improve. On the good side, some of you felt that I exhibit great attention to detail. I'm very astute in that. I prioritize well. That was nice to hear as well. I communicate well. And some of you said, she's the best. That's so sweet. I loved it. Now, on the bad side, if you can really call it that, I mean, technically, the things that you said were sort of like punishing your kids by making them eat ice cream and play video games. They were very kind to the extreme. And so this is what you told me I could do better. Delegate more and provide feedback. This was not a surprise to me, you guys. You know that I have a tendency to take over and do everything. There's a few reasons for that. One of which is that I don't like burdening other people, and we're all volunteers. And so if there's something that needs to be done, I usually just do it myself. But as you know, that causes me to sometimes get burnt out. And then the other side of it is if I see a need and see that it's not getting done, I just jump in. And so I have this control that I need, and that is wrong. And I need to learn to give that up, delegate more, and also to provide feedback to the people I've delegated to. The second thing that you told me I could do to improve was consider pairing members up to work with each other. So what this would look like is if two members are working in the same path, they could work together and motivate each other. I love this idea. We might have to try this. I really loved it. Then the third thing someone said was, Tina is way too nice sometimes. Ouch, that really hurt. I will work on that and try to improve. And then lastly, I got, how do you solve a problem like Christina? And I thought that was really funny. The person said, please sing my answer. I did. They continued to say, Tina doesn't need help in solving problems. She always finds a way to make it work. Again, ouch. That has been my experience in Celebration Kenner Toastmasters. I've enjoyed serving so much in the various roles in this club. And I have actually, in the past 6 years, served 5 of those years as a leader in our club. So I've enjoyed that tremendously. And this group has been so wonderful. And I've learned a lot. But as I mentioned, I learned a lot from being a district leader. And in 2016 at the Spring District Conference, I had been in Toastmasters at that time for roughly 4 or 5 years, 5 years. I was elected to serve as the district director and was inducted into that position and went on to do that for the next year. And I have to tell you, that was probably my most challenging year yet. I've posted or I've put on the screen for you the dashboard of what the district looked like at that time. So to give you a little history, District 68 includes all of Louisiana, or most of Louisiana, I should say, parts of Mississippi and parts of Texas. Now, I, as the district director, then became the CEO of the district. I was the boss of it all. And to put it into better perspective for you, I'll share the specifics. We had, as you know, Cammie is our area director. At the time that I was district director, we were a small district, we still are, but we had 14 areas in our district. In those 14 areas, they were split up into 4 divisions, but it was 14 areas that included 57 clubs and roughly 1,200 members. Now, what you see on the dashboard in reference to payments, you have to remember that each member pays 2 payments a year. So payments are going to be about almost double of what the membership is. But we had roughly 1,200 members, and y'all, I was the boss of it all. Not really. I had a really fantastic team that I worked with. Mohammed Kayyum, most of you guys know, was my program quality director and was amazing. I also had Joelle Dawson, who served as the club growth director. And then we supervised all the area directors and the division directors and worked with the clubs. And that team was what made me strong. I was blessed to have the ability to lead the district from 57 clubs as our base. That's where we started in July of the year that I took over in 2016. And by June of 2017, we had increased that to 62 clubs. So we added 5 clubs to the district. And as you can see on the far right, 32, more than half of those clubs were distinguished at the end of the year, which made our district presidents distinguished for the first time in the 21st century. So that was incredible. It was a great honor to be part of that. Now, my role as district director, as challenging as it was, brought me some amazing experiences. I was able to attend the international convention in Canada that year. It was in Vancouver, British Columbia. And I was chosen to be on the leadership panel that spoke on the first day of the international convention there in British Columbia. Yes, I am the only one who crossed my legs. I thought that's what ladies did. And later I was told you're not supposed to do that when you're on a stage. But I enjoyed this experience so much. I was actually told by several of the audience members who may or may not be very good friends of mine, that I was the funniest person on the panel. I'll take it. I might not have been the smartest, but I made people laugh. But I enjoyed that so much, that experience. We also got to hang out with Darren Tay. That's a picture on the right of myself and Muhammad and Phil Verona, another past district director, hanging out with Darren Tay, the world champion of public speaking that year. And then at the bottom right, I picked up the beautiful plaque for our great achievement of President's Distinguished. Wonderful experiences, but folks, that wasn't all. In my time in Toastmasters, I've learned a lot of awards and accolades, and that's been exciting for me because I love bling. On the educational side, I've had 3 Distinguished Toastmasters Awards, all 3 under the Legacy program that was in place when I joined Toastmasters. I've completed 2 paths since starting Pathways, and I'm about to complete a 3rd. And then I had 12 consecutive Triple Crowns. What that means is a Triple Crown goes to a person who has earned 3 educational awards within 1 year in Toastmasters. Under the old system, it was a little different. Under Pathways, 3 levels, completion of 3 levels gives you a Triple Crown. So I do believe that LeVar has already earned his Triple Crown for this year. So congratulations to LeVar for that. On the leadership side, I won some awards as well. I won District Area Governor. That's what the area directors were called years ago, Area Governor. I won District Area Governor of the Year, District Division Governor of the Year the following year in 2013, and then District Toastmaster of the Year in 2015. And finally, I won District Executive Committee Member of the Year in 2018 while I was serving as the immediate past district director and helping the district at that time. All of those awards, all of those wonderful experiences. And I also received a presidential citation in 2019. But all of that, all of those wonderful awards and accolades, while they look great on the shelves and the walls of my office, they don't compare in any way to the experience I've had in Toastmasters that has shown me, positive learning experience. It has propelled me to have greater self-confidence, and the personal growth is natural. So fellow Toastmasters, I have enjoyed my time in service in this club and in District 68. Madam Toastmaster.